Hello everyone, Justin here, and I am back with this week's Bizmates for Beginners video lesson. Now everyone, this week we are going to take a look at the word quota. Now, I'm sure some of you have heard this word before, but I've heard some different expressions used instead of this one. So let's take a look at this one for this week's class. Okay, but before we get into the details, let's do a quick review and make sure everyone is up to speed with our most current vocabulary and expressions. Okay, so imagine I ask you, how's your new manager? And using last week's expression, how are you going to respond? You've got 5 seconds, okay everyone? Go. Okay, time is up. If you said she's really intense, then nice job everyone. Thank you so much for studying, and hopefully you're using your new words and the new expressions in your daily conversation. Okay, so this week's word is quota, and this is what I sometimes hear. Again, I'm talking to Taro, and I say to Taro, Taro, you're meeting a lot of clients recently. You're always out of the office. And Taro, he looks at me and he says, yeah, I must meet my norma. Okay, so this is an interesting expression that I've heard used a few times in Japan. But to a native English speaker, if I hear this, I'll actually have no idea what you mean. So actually, norma in English, in Canada, where I'm from, norma is kind of it's a name for women. It's a fairly old name, actually. So if you say, I must meet my norma, I think you need to meet a woman named Norma. All right, so it's very different. So instead, what should you say? That's right. You should say, I must meet my quota, okay? Or your target. So your sales target or your sales quota, okay? I'm sure many of you have your KPIs, you have your targets to meet, okay? So these are your quotas, okay? So don't say norma because that might be confusing for some. All right, pronunciation is very simple. It's just as it is written here, quota. Okay, everyone? So please repeat after me. I must meet my quota. Go ahead. All right, good. Now, after my sentence, wow, you're meeting a lot of clients recently. Okay, very good. Much better. All right, so please remember to use this and remember this for next week's review. Okay, everyone. So our bonus question for this week is another way to say I drank too much. Okay, so if you know the answer to this, leave it in the comments below. If you don't, feel free to check out our previous Bizmates for Beginners video lessons and find the answer if you've got time. Okay, everyone, so that is it for me this week. Thank you so much for watching. As always, everyone, please have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you next Friday, okay? Thank you. Hello everyone, thanks for watching the video. If you like what you see, don't forget to check out Hika's Words and Phrases video series or the previous video for Bizmates for Beginners.
And don't forget to click the subscribe button and like us and leave a comment if you'd like. And we hope to see you again soon. Thank you.
Thanks guys.
Goodbye.